Hey, if you guys like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It means a lot to the channel, shows a lot of support. Thank you. So today we're going to go over my M1 portfolio and the stocks that I invest in. As you can see, I have $29,746.94. We just had those couple of weeks where it went down. That definitely played a part in my portfolio. Small loss, but to be honest with you, I mixed two accounts and pushed them together. I had a Stash account previous to this. I personally like M1 Finance a little better than Stash. So what I did was put them together, and when I did that, it actually it reset the clock on that. But in my holdings, it actually says the actual amount I'm still up, which is about 2%. So we're gonna go over why and how I pick the stocks that I pick. So I have Vanguard REIT, Sunoco, iShares. This is basically the S&P 500 right here. I got Amazon in there. I've got McDonald's, Wendy's, Coca-Cola, Dunkin's, Walmart, AT&T, Verizon, Pepsi, Utilities Index Fund, Ford Motor Company, Tesla, Home Depot, Apple, Starbucks, Microsoft, Google, Dominion Energy, Intel, another ETF for aerospace and defense companies. REIT. I got a lot of REITs in my portfolio, so I'm just going to kind of go through and just say REIT. I got a REIT, another REIT here, another REIT, another REIT, Domino's Pizza, Facebook, another REIT, Union Pacific, another REIT. This is a like ETF for alternative harvest, or you could say weed, whatever. It's an ETF for that. VEREIT, which is another REIT, Gladstone, another REIT here, a REIT here as well, another REIT, Intuit, another REIT, another REIT, another REIT, another REIT, another REIT, another REIT. Like I said, there's a ton of REITs in my portfolio. I like that high dividend yield. A lot of these aren't super high, and I'll go over exactly how I price things out after, and the valuations and how I decided if they were worth my money. Another REIT, 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 another one, Cisco, another REIT, Caterpillar, GM, Tractor Supply, Square, Nvidia, and Charter. So I basically broke down my stocks into different sections. So like services, if you click services, you'll see, that's part of my portfolio. I've got like Sunoco, Walmart, AT&T, Verizon, things like that. People are going to use all the time, in my opinion. They pay a pretty alright dividend, not too bad. Actually, Sunoco is one of my all-time favorite stocks. I'm actually down a lot right now because of what just happened with their earnings report and with what's going on with the world right now. So, I'm still buying them every single week that I can, still putting money into that. I think that dividend you can't beat it, and the fundamentals of the company really aren't that bad. So, let's go back here. I got Faster Food, which is, that's going to be your McDonald's, your Wendy's, Coca-Cola, all that stuff right there. And all my stocks, I looked at the price growth year over year. I looked at, did the dividend grow, or did it stay stable at least, or did it grow every single year over year? I wanted to make sure any stock that I put into my portfolio never had any dividend cuts, at least not in the last 5 to 6 years. Really another big sticker for me is I like to have a low PE ratio. I don't really, I had Netflix. I know Netflix could go a lot higher, but personally, I think with a PE ratio like that, I forget what it was, but I know it was over 1,000 PE ratio at least, and I have an issue with that. If something happens in the news, that stock is going to plummet. It's not going to have anything to fall back on. Like, hey, no, it makes this much money. No, it's really just going to plummet. And that's just my opinion. If you guys disagree, comment below. Whatever the case may be. I have a lot of real estate stocks. So real estate light here is my it's like VNQ, it's like an ETF of real estate all put together, and I'm kind of using that to benchmark against my own personal real estate ETF that I've built. So this is a very low dividend payer. This is a very high dividend payer. But obviously you can see, it's right now negative with the way the stock market is. This one's still holding its value. So we'll set to see with time how that works out and plays out. If I should move the money into one, not mess around with the other. I've got some tech stocks that really kind of goes against my dividend strategy, but a lot of these stocks have proved that they're worth. They definitely have continued to go up. They have big gains. So I figure put a little bit of my portfolio into tech. And then I have obviously, the S&P 500, a utilities index. Basically, this is just a portfolio of all my ETFs. So that's where I put a little bit of money. And I'm going to go over the percentages. So I put about 30% of my money into the services like the Sunoco, all them companies. About 20% into fast food companies or like those kind of service companies. I believe, that's a pretty good return I've received on that. And I put about 25% total into real estate, but like I said, 10% is into a fund, an index fund, and 15% is into individual stocks that I've picked to make my own fund. 15% of my portfolio goes into tech stocks, and about 10% into index funds like the S&P 500 or a utilities fund. So I've got all that money there. I believe that I can look at my pie and show my portfolio, and it pays a 4.571% dividend yield. So that's really not bad. I mean, I've got 72 holdings, so like 4.5% dividend yield, very low expense ratio. That's really not bad. And something else I have to mention too, what I really love about M1 Finance that you really can't find on a lot of the other platforms is that they have margin. So once you get a certain amount of money, I have $20,000 of my own money personally into this account, and $10,000 of that is a margin account. So I pay 4% interest on that, which really isn't that much. It's very, very little per month. I think it's like $30 a month or something like that. Yeah, I think it says projected bill $35 a month. So, and as you saw before, my dividends are paying 4.5%. So I'm betting on that my dividends will be able to pay the cost on the margin, and any growth over that is just free money for me. So, obviously going into recession, we'll see how that plays out. It might not even be a recession. We'll see. It could just be a freaking pullback. Comment below what you think. Do you think it's going to be a recession? Do you think we're seeing a pullback right now? Is margin not a good idea? I personally think it's a good idea. I think I'll make money on it. But only time will tell, So I just wanted to put that out there. But yeah, that's my M1 Finance portfolio. If you guys have any more questions or you guys want me to break down anything else, just let me know. I'll definitely go into details on any individual stock you want to look at for my portfolio, or any individual stock in general I'll look at and tell you what my opinions on it are. All right, thanks guys. Talk to you later.